Also within iOS 14.5, they've got two new features which are close to my heart. They added the ability to the DualSense controller from the PS5 and also the next generation controller from the Xbox. I forgot what it's called, but they added that as well. Now, I don't know if you've
I
had the
think it's
chance
the
to.
Xbox controller.
It's just called the Xbox
I don't
controller.
think it's I think it's the Xbox controller. I don't think there's like a special like Series X version name for it or anything like that. I could be wrong though.
Do you own an Xbox? Are you an Xbox gamer?
I have an Xbox One. Ever
Okay,
since I got my new TV and hooked it up and everything, I literally haven't even turned it on.
nice.
So I have an Xbox. I don't like hate Microsoft or anything. I think it's still a good console, but I wouldn't consider myself like an Xbox person.
Okay, I haven't owned an Xbox in probably 10 years. My friend Steve keeps trying to get me to buy one, but I'm like, no. There's no reason because I don't have that much time to play the PS5 or even my Nintendo Switch. So I don't want to buy another console. There's no point. But what is nice now in iOS 14.5, you can now pair your PS5, your Xbox controllers to your iPhone, your iPad, even the Apple TV. None of the next quote unquote next gen features from those controllers work on the or work when they're paired with the the iOS device. So there's no adaptive triggering, there's no kind of haptic feedback, which I'm still going to go on record here. I really think that they are going to do a remote control or a gaming controller, which would be really nice. But I would like to see that some type of at least maybe initial support for those features when you're playing games, because that's what really makes it kind of stand out. But I guess you'd want them to do it on their own controller before they do it on anybody else's. I can't believe how many people ask about, hey, how do I pair my PS5 controller to my X or my iPad to play games? People ask that question very often. So at least we're able to tell you it'll be coming soon.
I don't
The
know what the delay was. Like, what's the difference? Like, is it so much different that it wouldn't have just worked to begin with? That's what I find really funny. These adaptive triggers and haptic feedback is the main differentiator. It still has the same buttons. It still has the cross, the circle, triangle, square, all that. It's all the same stuff.
yeah,
So I'm just surprised things changed that much on a hardware level that it couldn't just connect immediately.
yeah, I think it's two parts. Even though the Bluetooth setup beacons being sent out from the controller, you have the part where the device has to recognize it and like do the handshake. So I think it's Apple willfully saying we're not ready to bring this on for whatever reason, because you could pair
Mhm.
them with an Android device. I think it's a little bit more open on their side of the fence, which obviously makes sense. But I think maybe Apple's just reluctant to support that for whatever reason. Maybe those developers were busy doing other things like building controllers. Who knows? But I think we'll know that answer in the next few weeks when it becomes public. The controller support, not the new controller that I keep fantasizing about. I don't know why.
Yeah,
Uh,
Apple, I think would make a really dope controller. Although it'd be a fingerprint magnet, I bet.
yeah, it would be a fingerprint
Or maybe
magnet.
old Apple would do
So it'd
like
be a
that.
fingerprint magnet. I think it's a pretty safe bet. But I wonder if it would have like good ergonomics, because the Magic Mouse is probably the worst mouse for ergonomics in the world. And uh, the trackpad ain't bad, but the Magic Mouse is just dumb. Like they would make you'd be holding the controller and you'd probably have to charge it like directly into a button. Like that's where the lightning, and it would charge via lightning probably. That would be the other thing. It would be just so ridiculously Apple. Oh man, that would be so aggravating. Anyways, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm
I can
severely
totally see
scarred
that.
from charging from Magic Mouse charging.
What would
Go
what they
ahead.
would do is it would be right in the handle where your hand grips it.
Yeah,
So like in order to charge it, you literally can't even hold it. Like
yeah,
it'd be something ridiculous like that.
that would be so dumb.
Maybe not the Magic Mouse at least.
This controller is so ergonomic that we don't want you to hold it all the time. Yeah, it'd be silly. Holding's great. So if you guys like these type of clips, I'll go ahead and continue to post them here on the channel. Now, if you want to watch the podcast live in its entirety, we do live broadcasts every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time. I'll put a link down to that channel in the video description, where if you want to subscribe, you can. I would appreciate it. Otherwise, I'll talk to you guys in the next video.